Stop buying biscuits from the store because once you get a chance to make these, you will not go back. And because these ingredients are simple, you probably already have them in your kitchen. Hi, I'm Marilyn. There's just something about a warm, flaky biscuit that feels just like home. And for me, that takes me right back to my grandmother, Carrie Brown. Rest in peace. She made the best biscuits, and it didn't matter what time of day it was. All we had to do was say, "Grandma, I'm hungry." And she would just head straight into the kitchen and bake us some biscuits before we knew it. They were fresh, they were hot, they were homemade, and we really enjoyed it too. Those moments, that love, you never forget. So today, I'm bringing that feeling back into the kitchen, but we're doing it plant-based, and it's going to be just as delicious. I'm making cheddar cheese biscuits that are simple, flavorful, and perfect for beginners. This recipe was inspired by Brian Watson, that burger dude, and I'll be honest, I'm making these today because, one, I'm hungry, and I want something warm, comforting, and really, really tasty. And that's what this channel is all about. Simple foods that feel good, that taste great and amazing. So if you love biscuits or you're just getting started on your plant-based journey, stay right here. I'm going to invite you into my school community later on. So let's go in the kitchen and get started. My grandmother used to mix and combine all the ingredients, and then she pulled this out, right? The old rolling pin, and then you put the flour on and you roll it, and you use the biscuit cutters and you cut them out, but not today. We've got a more simpler way to do it that does not require a whole bunch of steps. So let's get into it. And we're going to use 2 bowls here, a wet bowl and a dry bowl. So for the dry ingredients, we're going to put 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And I used King Arthur, and you can use whatever kind that you have at home. To that, we're going to put 1 tablespoon and 1/4 of cane sugar, along with 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and I'm using the Bragg's because we want this to be cheesy, cheesy. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and I know you have garlic powder. Everybody has garlic and onion powder in their kitchens, right? 1/2 a teaspoon of Old Bay. Oh, this just might make it. Just barely made it. Okay, that was the Old Bay. Then we're going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Ran out of parsley, dried parsley, so I had to get some from my neighbor. So I'm going to put a whopping teaspoon of the dried parsley. Maybe I put a teaspoon and 1/4. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Why? Because salt is a flavor and it goes in just about everything. You see that? Those are the ingredients, and I'm going to add to this 4 ounces of cheddar cheese. Hey, let's put 5 ounces. I just love this cheese on pizza. It melts really well. And I end up, that's 4 3/4 of cheese, the day of cheese. And I measured it on my little scale. So now we're going to combine all the dry ingredients, combine it well. Wow. I wish you guys could smell this. Let's give it a toss. And now for the wet ingredients, which is 1 cup of plant-based milk, and you can use whatever kind that you like, with a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is so good for you nutritionally. And 1/2 cup of vegan melted butter. I used Earth Balance this time, but you can use whatever kind that you like. And then I'm going to give that a quick stir to combine it well. Okay. At this point, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees and simply I want you all to see this. A well in the center, and pour my wet ingredients into my dry ingredients, and we're just going to stir it. We're not going to over mix it. You can fold it in and get that flour from the bottom, and that's it. It's going to resemble a thicker pancake mix. Now I'm going to take my 1/4 measuring cup. Let's see, let's make some room here. I'm going to get my baking sheet that I have already lined with parchment paper, and I'm just going to use a 1 cup measuring cup to use it as a scooper. Place the biscuits down, and they don't all have to be. The reason that I'm using 1/4 measuring cup to scoop them out, but I'm giving some to my neighbors. I'm going to be a little bit less, right? Hey, when I made this the last time, I got exactly 10 biscuits. But this time, guess what, y'all? I'm going to have more because I'm making them smaller. So I may have to bake this in 2 batches. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Yeah. I've got some left over, enough to make like 2 big ones or 3 medium-sized ones. Did I say I preheated my oven to 350? Let's change that. We're going to preheat the oven to 425. 425 and bake them for 12 to 14 minutes. And then we'll be back. And we are back. Do you see these biscuits? They're on a cooling rack. I'm going to mix a topping to go on top of the biscuits. And that's just going to be 1/4 of a teaspoon of vegan butter, a tablespoon and a teaspoon of fresh parsley. I purchased fresh parsley the other day. And you know how you get a whole bunch? Well, I chopped it up and I put them in these little bags and I put it in the freezer. That way it won't go bad in the refrigerator and I'll have some for another day. So there's a little tip there. I'm going to put this back in the freezer. It did not take that long to thaw out. And I've got my pastry brush here and I'm just going to brush the top of these with the mixture. It does remind me of the biscuits that you get at Red Lobster. Fun fact, Red Lobster opened its doors as a restaurant in 1968. And the owner at the time was a guy named Bill Darton. And then in 1970, I guess that's when they started having the chains. They changed it to Darton Restaurants in the 70s. And the first one opened up in Lakeland, Florida. I'm from Florida, so I was happy to know that little fun fact. This one's got too much parsley. Let's do that. And I've got 2 more. Ooh, did you see that? That's a blooper. I'll set this over here. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and plate these. Look at there. They're not as large. I remember going to Red Lobster and I used to always eat the top of the biscuits and the bottom, right? That's the only thing that I would eat. But these are thin enough. See the cheese in it? I had my plate here. I was going to cut it and put some butter inside, but I don't think you need any. If you're going to try this recipe, go ahead and put biscuit in the comments and go make some biscuits today. All right. Those biscuits were so good. I'm not going to even lie to y'all. I love them. Don't tell anybody, but yep, I ate 3. Yes, 3. I'm definitely going to have to go to exercise after this. If you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and share this video out with someone who you think could benefit from it. And if you want more simple, easy, plant-based meals like this, actually taste good, make sure that you hit that subscribe button below. I share new videos every week to help you feel better, to eat better, and we do this without overwhelm. And if you're a woman that's over 40 and you're trying to go plant-based without feeling overwhelmed, I have a free community for you. And that community is called Love Digital Life Plant-Based Edition. And inside, we keep things really simple. We keep things supportive and we are real. The link is going to be in the description box below. Come join us. We'd love to have you here and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now and make those biscuits.